Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Fantasy Grounds 2 Combat Tracker tutorial. Now this is actually a recording of a game I've just played earlier tonight, hence the ridiculously wide screen resolution. As you can see right now I'm just populating the Combat Tracker. So we'll just add it. It was a Wonderland No More Adventure. The characters just wake up finding themselves in the Hall of Doors and they're attacked by a small pack of cards, mainly consisting of 3 of clubs and 1 wild card, 6 of clubs. So I'm just quickly building in the Combat Tracker entry and making the 6 of clubs a wild card and adding it in. Then I'll add the players in quickly. Then I'll create that's sharing the player map. And now I'm just creating a very simple map. I didn't have a pre-graphic, so I just did a nice simple grid saying basically it was a square room and the doors were along the sides. Seeing as they were all locked, the players didn't need to get into them. So quickly share the map out, and then I'll just sort out the token scale, get the players to position themselves where they want in the middle of the map, change all the cards to hostile, and then I'll add them onto the map. During this combat we had a number of problems with Skype. We use voice over IP for Skype, and we had quite a few issues with Skype tonight, a few connection drops, so there's quite a few cuts on the video, and sometimes there's a bit of text, but I've tried to clear it up the best I can. The actual whole fight, including all the hiccups and everything, took about half an hour, so with the 10-minute limitation on YouTube, I'm only going to concentrate on the first round of combat. So here's me just quickly adding the cards to the deck. I'll skip ahead a bit to speed things up, and then I've dealt the cards out and off the combat starts. We just move them in nice and quick. All the cards are equipped with halberds, so they all had each 1 weapons, so they could just stand off and fight the characters from afar. And to be perfectly honest, they weren't very good at it, but then they were just extras with a D6 in fighting. So slowly I just move the characters down, the NPCs down. They're the players. As a rule, I let the players see all my dice rolls, so they were just pointing out I hadn't enabled it. So just using /die reveal turns on the dice rolls so the players can see them without me having to reveal them all the time. We find it's a lot easier to speed up combat because I can look things up. That's me just adding all the mini sheets in so I can easily reference the toughness. Likewise, if I've got the dice rolls enabled, then the players can see instantly if the damage hurts them, so they can already start working out their wounds and whether they want to save the bennies or not. Anything we can do to make it faster and more furious, it's always good. So the cards are continuing their attacks, and shortly Tweedledon't will start wielding his umbrella in a violent manner, if I remember the combat correctly. A 5 will equal the parry of the card, so obviously he'll get to roll for damage. Now he successfully nobbles it, so I just move up to the combat tracker, delete the entry, removes it from all the combat trackers and deletes him from the map. On we go again. More actions from the cards. Now I could use the group tool, but there's some issues with it in the current rule set. They are being fixed. So at the moment I tend to put all the characters, the NPCs, in as single entries. It does slow combat down slightly, make things look a little more complicated, but also at the same time it is a good example of showing you how a big combat would run. I will cover the group tracker in the final part of the combat tracker along with the effects. Okay, the Cheshire Kit, pardon me, is making a slingshot with no shooting skill. That proved to be highly effective. All the out of character chat there is because we lost comms. Now we had to go into typing mode, which tends to slow the actual fight down a bit, and it also highlights the absolute atrociousness of my typing. Okay, once again the Cheshire Kit successfully kills one, so we just move on. Now the wild card comes into play, the 6 of clubs, so I brought up his character sheet, so I could, sorry, NPC sheet, so I could see him. Bring him into play again. He's armed with a halberd, so off they go. Now the combat sheets do show them having revolvers, but in this fight they didn't have them. I didn't really want to start inflicting mass wounds in the first fight of the night. This was really just one to get the game off to a quick start, so I wanted the players to have a good chance of winning the fight, so I didn't give any of the NPCs revolvers. Gunflower Stan. Now James was hosting the Skype at the time and he had dropped, therefore we just popped him on hold. So then we just skip by him, and basically, well, if he gets it, once he reconnects before the end of the fight, he'll get his action, or we'll just carry him over to the next round. 5 points of damage done to the Cheshire Kit, which I seem to recall had no real effect. Or did it actually shake him? I can't remember off the top of my head. Indeed it did. A little trick I use, as well as putting the shaken on, I tilt the tokens at 45 degrees, so instantly everyone can tell who's shaken. Nice useful visual aid. Reverend Altz pointing out the cards have no manners, and I then believe it don't seem to sort them out. Seven points of damage. Should shake a card. So I tick the shaken token so they can see it, but I also tilt it to 45 degrees on the map. Player playing Gunplan stands back in, so I quickly just reshare the combat tracker and the map, and he'll get his action. And that will conclude the first round of combat. I hope this has proved in some way useful. I'll say I'll finish off the combat tracker with the extra little subtleties shortly. Gunflower Stan does like his double barrel shotgun. And that was really the end of the first round of combat. The actual fight lasted about 2 more rounds. The next round, Tweedledee did start getting to do massive sweeps. I hope this proved useful in showing an actual combat in action. In fact, there's Gunflower Stan's damage. Thank you very much.